6, 1911, in Tampico, Illinois. I grew up in several small towns in Illinois because my family moved often. My father, Jack Reagan, worked as a shoe salesman and struggled with alcoholism, which made family life difficult at times. My mother, Neil Reagan, was very religious, kind, and empathetic. She strongly influenced my values, especially my belief in hard work, faith, and helping others. I was close to my mother, and often she shaped my positive attitude as a child. I learned to be independent and responsible. I worked many small jobs, helped out my family. When money was tight, I attended Dixon High School, where I played sports, joined the activities. After high school, I went to Eureka College, where I studied economics and psychology. My early life taught me resilience, confidence, and strong communication skills, traits that later helped me in an actor, governor, and president.
Ronald Reagan was president of the United States from 1981 to 1989. He believed in smaller government, lower taxes, and personal responsibility. Reagan cut taxes to encourage economic growth and supported less government regulation of businesses. He also focused on strengthening the American economy, though government debt increased during his presidency. Reagan promoted conservative social values and was a strong communicator who inspired many Americans. He is remembered for his optimism, leadership style, and lasting influence on American politics.
The government isn't the solution, the people are.
And the kids' drugs are destroying families. We can't ignore that.
Then we don't. We speak directly. We tell them the truth.
Just say no.
The Cold War was a long time of tension between the United States and the Soviet Union from about 1945 to 1991. The U.S. believed in democracy and freedom, while the Soviet Union believed in communism. They did not fight each other directly, but competed by building weapons, racing to space, spying, and fighting wars in other countries like Korea and Vietnam. Ronald Reagan was president near the end of the Cold War. He was strongly against communism and increased the U.S. military to pressure the Soviet Union. Later, he worked with Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev to reduce nuclear weapons and improve relations. These actions helped lead to the end of the Cold War.
Communism isn't just another idea, it's a threat to freedom. If America doesn't stand up, who will?
People want strength, Ronnie. They want to believe their country knows where it's going.
The Berlin Wall was built in 1961 by East Germany to stop people from leaving communist East Berlin for democratic West Berlin. It became a powerful symbol of division between freedom and communism during the Cold War. For nearly 30 years, the wall separated families and limited freedom in the East. In 1987, U.S. President Ronald Reagan gave a famous speech in Berlin where he challenged Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev by saying, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall," in 1989. The Berlin Wall fell as communist control weakened in Eastern Europe, leading to greater freedom for millions of people and helping bring an end to the Cold War divisions in Europe.
Ronald Reagan's trickle-down economics, officially called supply-side economics, was the idea that lowering taxes on businesses and wealthy individuals will help the entire economy. Reagan believed that if companies and high earners pay less in taxes, they will invest more money, expand businesses, and create more jobs. This extra money will then trickle down to regular people throughout higher employment and economic growth. Supporters say it helped reduce inflation and boost growth in the 1980s, while critics argue it mainly benefited the wealthy and increased the national debt and income inequality.
After leaving the presidency in 1989, Ronald Reagan returned to private life in California. He continued to give speeches, write books, and support the Republican Party for a few years. In 1994, Reagan announced that he had Alzheimer's disease, and he then stepped away from public life. He spent his remaining years quietly with his wife, Nancy Reagan, and his family. Ronald Reagan died in 2004, and he is remembered for his leadership, optimism, and lasting impact on American history.
The slide shows an overview of Ronald Reagan's life and his long-term impact on the U.S. history. Ronald Reagan was born in 1911 in Illinois. From 1922 to 1932, Reagan attended Iroquois College in Illinois. By 1940, Reagan had become a Hollywood movie star. One of his most famous films was the Q Rockin' All America, which helped make him nationally well known. In 1952, Reagan married Nancy Reagan, who became his closest supporter and later served as First Lady. Their partnership played a big role throughout his politic life. From 1981 to 1989, Ronald Reagan served as the President of the United States. During his presidency, Reagan's vice president was George H.W. Bush, who later became president himself. In 1994, Reagan publicly announced that he had Alzheimer's disease, which brought national attention to the illness. Ronald Reagan died in 2004, and his funeral was attended by leaders from around the world, showing his lasting influence. Even after his death, Reagan's ideas continued to shape politics. From 2009 to 2017, leaders like Barack Obama refused Reagan when talking about nuclear weapons from Reagan policy. In 2016, Hillary Clinton mediated Reagan's 1986 impeachment law during her and Donald Trump used Reagan's slogan, "Make America Great Again," showing Reagan's continued influence in the modern politics. Overall, this timeline showed how Ronald Reagan's life, presidency, and ideas continued to impact American history long after the time in his office.